Hi guys, this is going to be a review for week 4. Just wanted to go over what we did this week. Some of you said you were having trouble with it, so I wanted to do just a whole review of the whole week. This will also be what we review in class on Friday before you take your test. Okay, so the first one is segment addition. So if you remember segment addition, we are adding two small pieces together to equal the whole distance. So if I was traveling from here cross country, how much would I travel on day 1? How much would I travel on day 2? Add them together to get my total distance for traveling in just 2 of the days. So I like to put X's instead of question marks. And so what we're doing, the first part plus the second part equals the whole, and then you're going to solve it. And then that's your answer. That's the basic concept. So the next one, again, is going to be segment addition, where we take the small piece plus the other small piece. So this one plus this one to give us the whole thing. Okay, and what we're going to do is combine like terms. Oops, plus 27 equals x plus 19. Move your x's to one side. And you subtract. So we get x equals -8. Now the next two are angle addition. And that's the same thing as what we were doing. Small piece plus small piece equals the whole thing. And so what I would like to do is I like to draw the picture, if you don't have it on your paper, and then write down what you know is where. So we need to find A, B, E. So we need to find this one. So that's where I'm going to put an X. We know that E, B, C is 110. That's what it's telling us. And we know that the whole thing, A, B, C, and remember M means measure, is 164. So I'm going to add the two inside pieces to equal the whole thing. And I get x is 54. All right, next one's the same thing. So put what you know. So measurement of angle UVC. So U to V to C is x plus 41. CVW is x plus 145. And the whole thing, UVW, so the whole thing is 176. So little piece plus little piece equals the whole thing. 45 equals 176. Combine your letters, your variables. Combine your numbers. And now you're going to simplify. So we're going to subtract. And that's all right if some of your answers are going to be negative, because I can see it's already going to be negative because 186 is bigger. And we're going to divide both sides. It's -5. All right, the next one, and I just wanted the picture. So what we want to do is we want to label each one of these circles and parts of the circle. So on this one, and for some reason some of you had a little bit of trouble, what we're looking for, the nice thing is we're looking for where we can find diameters. So half of the circle. So here's half, and I know this half is 180. We're always looking to see if we can find numbers. So I'm going to go, for the first one, is I'm going to go 180 minus my 109. And I'm going to get 71 degrees. Just making sure. Yep, 71 degrees. So I know this one is 71 degrees. And remember, since this is a central angle, 109 on the outside, it's the same on the inside. Now, let me erase that. And we're going to find another part. There we go. We're going to find another part. And we're going to find, how about, oops, let us find this part. Oops. Hate it when you try to erase something else. Okay. So let's try this part here. So we know this part is also going to be 180. And this one is also going to be, all the way to here, it's going to be 180. So we can actually do two sets. So for the first one here, I can go 180 minus 109. And we know that's also going to give us 71. So we have 71 here. Now the other one, so up here, I know I can go 180 minus 71 minus 65, and that's going to give me this angle in here. So taking out your calculator, we're going to get it to be 44. So this is 44. And once you're able to do that, you're able to answer any other kinds of questions. So like, what is arc CD? So arc CD, so we go from C to D, and we know it's the same as the angle because the angle is central. Arc and angle are the same if they're center, is going to be 71 degrees. And remember, if it's two letters under an arc, it's going to be less than 180 degrees. So if I had a bigger one, so if I went from C to G to E, so I go from C to G all the way to E, I'm going to go the C to G, which is 109, G to F, and F to E. And that one is going to give me, whoops, 109 plus 71 plus 65. Whoops. Always helps if you do not put too many ones in 109. You get a totally different answer. So you get 245 degrees. Same with angles. So if they want us to find the angle of E, and let's just say that's O, OF, so EOF, so this angle, we know it's going to be the same as its arc. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to figure out that. Make sure you definitely know how to find angles. Okay, let me get that back up. All right, so the next one is naming the shapes. So remember, complementary, the C, you can make it into a 9, so it's two angles that add up to 90 degrees. Supplementary can make it 8, so it's two angles that add up to 180. Vertical are across from each other. How I remember it is they make bow ties. They can go up and down too. Adjacent is just next to. All right, so if we look at A and B, so if we combine A and B together, that's definitely not 90. It's definitely not 180. They're not across from each other, but they are next to each other. So this one is going to be adjacent. Okay, this one, if we add them together, we get this little symbol in here. And if you remember, that's a 90 degrees. So that's complementary. Okay, next one, when they are across from each other, and they have two exactly straight lines, very, very straight lines. These are going to be vertical. See the bow tie? And if we add A and B together, we get a straight line, and that's going to be supplementary. All right. The next ones, these are the ones that if they look like they are the same, they are. If they look like the same size, they are. If they look like two different sizes, they're going to be you're going to add them together to equal 180. So they're sort of supplementary. So if we have this one, sometimes when they draw the line when it's 91, it's a little bit harder to see. So I like to draw it out again, and let me just show it a little bit better. So we're talking about this angle and this one. Both of those angles look like they're smaller than 90 degrees, but they're also vertical. And if you remember, vertical means they are equal to each other. So we're going to go 91 is equal to 21x plus 7. And then we just solve it. Next week, we're going to actually work on naming these a little bit more. Okay. We get 84 equals 21x, and we divide. Now, these two angles, so this one looks like it's smaller than 90, and this one is bigger than 90. So when they're two different sizes, you're going to add them together. So x plus 72, and we're going to add them to equal 180. So we're going to combine to equal 180, and we simplify. And it's all right if your answer comes out to be a negative, because if you plugged it in, it wouldn't give you a negative answer. Now, the last one I did want to go over, oh, I have to do that, sorry, is when we have a circle. Let me draw a circle here. Okay, and we had some lines in there. So let's try that. Okay, so here's our center. And we had something here. And we have one down here. And if I said this one was, let's see, 20 degrees, we want to find this. So the first thing is, we start with what we know. So we have this angle. It's related to this arc, okay? And we know when it starts from the edge, it's an inscribed angle. The angle is half the size of the arc. So we're going to make this one 40. So we have to double it. Now we can go with our central angle. Here's our central angle. And how were the arcs related? Aren't the arcs the exact same? So if the arcs are the exact same, then it's telling us that this central angle is going to be 40 degrees. All right, if I have another one, the last one. Okay, so if I had this one and this one. So if I'm talking about, let's see, if I said this was 15, find this one. So we're going to want to trace over those angles. So we know this angle, sorry if the purple matches in. So this angle is related to this arc, right? So if the angle is 15, the arc is double it, so it's 30. And then, I keep hitting it, sorry. There we go. And we're going to start with the other angle. So here's the other angle that we want to find out. Now this angle's arc is the exact same. So if the arc is the same, then the angle, and since it's an inscribed angle, the angle is also going to be the same thing. So x is going to be 15 degrees. All right, I hope that helped you guys to figure out what we're doing, and we will go over it again on Friday.